Magnification volume 0%.
Good afternoon, and welcome to More Than Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today I have the robot mode of Rodimus Prime, the Commander class. Yesterday's video was on his vehicle mode and everything that I thought about that, and now we'll discuss his robot mode and a few of the robot mode accessories. So long as Cream didn't take another one. Oh, I have for you right here, I don't know why his back just fell down a bit, Rodimus Prime and his robot mode. Now, we will begin talking about his height and stuff, because that's something that everybody seems to care about when it comes to the Transformers, and if they achieve the height stuff that they're supposed to achieve. So here we go, we got, yeah, there we go, we just do it off to the side, can't we? Up. No. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, so he is 22 to 23 studs in height, which isn't bad, which is which is actually above average for Voyagers. The Voyager average is about 21, and so far that I've noticed, the Deluxe average is between 16 and 19. I think that average would rest solely on 18, actually. So, to showcase him off, we have him in his, he's got his sort of Primus right here. This is a really nice accessory, I have to say. I don't know why no one has done a peg built into the hilt before, where you have to press down on it. We'll get into the sword more as I discuss more parts of his makeup and stuff. Right here, he's got these, he doesn't have any siege ports really, sad to say, except on his back. He's got one siege port on each side of his back wing, and these can actually fold down to go like that. So, actually, crap. You can, no, that's not it. Where's it at? Come on. Is that one? What is that? Where's the rest of it? Oh, well, okay. Alright, cool, I found it. Alright, so you can take his gun that he comes with, and you set it in that little siege port, and then it can show up, up and down on his back. Just pew pew pew, and up, pew 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 pew, pew pew, and down, pew pew pew. So it's a neat little bit that I hadn't noticed for the vehicle mode, but somebody in my comments on the vehicle brought up the fact that I had totally missed out on 2 siege ports. I thank you, Realm of Roquandia, for bringing that up to my attention. Ah, there we go. I mistransformed the back panel, just a teensy bit. So, let's pull that out. Come on, get out of there. You can fold those 2 up. There's one on each side, and they fold down. Other than that, and the ones at the bottom of his feet, let me double check his side here. He doesn't have any at all. Well, let's give a comparison with the smallest of the Deluxes. What I can consider to be the smallest in, well, he is actually one of the smallest Autobots. Here we go. Here is Bumblebee. And what I hate and love about this Bumblebee is that, one, I love that they kept him to his size comparatively to everybody else's. They've tried to keep him in the scale. I hate that he's so freaking small, and I wish they had given us more accessories with him. Or a better transformation to account for the money. But he stands up to the crotch of Rodimus here. You can see him standing off to the side. He's pretty cool. Rodimus has a full articulation hands, so I wonder if I can just have him grab with his monster hand. Yeah, he can straight up just grab Bumblebee by his head. I don't know why Rodimus would ever do that, but you could totally have him just grabbing him one-handedly. It doesn't really want to hold up well, but it's still pretty neat. You can do, that's a diorama idea. If you wanted to repaint this guy as a Shattered Glass Rodimus Prime and having him hold Bumblebee up by the face, that would be a really neat diorama. I'd like that. Let's set the Bumblebee off to the side. We've got an Optimus Prime here to compare him to, so that you can see what I'm talking about whenever I mention the size comparison. There's Optimus and his. Is this your Earthrise? No, this is your Siege configuration. So he's got his gun on his back like a boss. So don't take your gun off now. It's going to upset everything. Set it over there. So. Oh no, this is not the Siege interpretation. This is straight up the Earthrise interpretation. As you can see, let's see, pair front to, yeah. Optimus is just a teensy bit higher, which is how it's supposed to be, at least in the sense of the show and how the sizes worked in the original show. Rodimus is just a teensy bit smaller than Prime, and you see I always wondered about that, and in the movie he gets his body of Hot Rod gets reformatted to become Rodimus. And the reformatting took a lot from Rodimus's thoughts and applied it to his alternate mode. And that's why his alternate mode, in my opinion, is something that's kind of like a hauler, like a semi-truck in space, but, vastly different because, it was his idea of one. It was his idea of what would be cool and hip at the time. It was all based on him. In another aspect that he had was that he could never be better than Optimus Prime. He could never stand taller. So I think that when he became Rodimus Prime, his inability to overcome this pedestal that he put Optimus Prime on actually squandered his potential in what he could be reformatted into, because he wasn't going to ever be something that was better than Optimus, in his own opinion. That's just a little bit of deep thoughts on Transformers from me. Sorry to say it all. All right, so his gun, they call it a sniper rifle or something. I don't remember this gun. I mean, it probably existed, but you can actually just put it in his hand, and there we go. You can actually do it too, where you put the. He's got to get the sword out, but you can do that. Now we're getting the sword out. Let's talk about it. Right at the sword edge and the hilt edge, there is this little spot where you can push in, and boom, this siege port will kind of fold out of the other side. It will transform, and if you will. All right. So if we want to really utilize this sniper rifle, we're going to have to put it two hands. So one hand goes there. His hands do fit it, even though it's because of the way the thumbs are cut, that he can actually do 5mm port stuff pretty good, pretty decently. Okay, so we're going to pull this one in as close as he can go. So, he's got to put the butt against his shoulder. Can he do it? All right, and then we're going to stretch this arm out as far as it can go, because he's got to stabilize. Can he do it? Can he do it? Yes, he can. Look at that. Look at that, guys. He can actually hold this gun by both of its siege ports. All right. That's pretty cool. This guy surprises me. That's the first time I've actually tried that. We'll take it off for now. It came out pretty easily, though, so be careful when posing him in any form, dual-wielding his gun. Now let's talk about the hands, since we were just dual wielding. The thumbs are indeed cut in such a way, or molded in such a way, that the 5mm ports would just kind of plug in, and then you just close the fingers around it. Each one of these, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 points of articulation in his fingers. His bottom 3 fingers, your pinky, your ring, and your middle. His pinky, ring, and middle are all one piece. They've been molded together, but they still have a dual hinge. And then his pointer finger, his trigger finger can go into a trigger for a gun, or it can point, like at you, I think. Yeah. That's pretty neat. Okay. So he can just be like a leader going, put that over there. No, wait. Put that over there, actually. No, I don't like it there. Put it over there again. His hands are pretty cool. That's a neat feature. I do appreciate when it comes to hollowness, there is none. There is none. This is pretty awesome. Actually, I take that back. There's one piece of hollowness, and it's right here at the elbow. But the way they molded the forearm pipes, the pipes stretch over that hollow area and hide it, so you don't have to see this crazy little area that doesn't have anything whenever his arm moves, which I do appreciate. I appreciate the look on that. I wish they had given us some sort of little cloth or something that could have gone there to fold out to stop us from seeing that hinge, maybe. But honestly, with the fact that these pipes cover it so well, and the only way you'll see it is if you have him in some weird pose, like you can actually do in a pose with his speaking on his elbow. These elbows are, it's a double elbow, so it's a double jointed elbow that can allow him to reach down all the way back across his body and grab his sword that's on his back. Okay. Question. How many toys allow you to do that? To allow you to actually reach behind and to grab the thing off the back? How many toys will give you that option? Not many, honestly. I was just discussing the Gundam Universe RX-78-2 from Bandai and commenting on the fact that it couldn't reach over its shoulder and grab its beam saber. Like, what's the use of having something on the back if you can't pose the figure to reach over across the shoulder and grab it? So, that's something that he can definitely do, and I consider that a big bonus in the robot mode. Now, we've got him comparative to... We're going to go back to a comparison real quick because I want to showcase him in Rodimus. Now, Rodimus Prime, came out as a Voyager class, and honestly, I didn't mind that. They offset it with blast effects, and even though it was a smaller robot, it turned out to have a more well thought transformation. And when you transform this guy, you also get no hollowness, and that's what I really want. I don't want any hollowness. There we go. I don't want to have to buy hollow stuff from later people. His head comes up to the very bottom of this cutout for Rodimus's head. That's pretty cool. We'll put him off to a side view. You compare them. Now we'll move Rodimus off to the side, so we can get Galvatron out here. Now we'll compare Rodimus. Oh, no, don't. I'm already taking him down, Galvatron? Alright, we compare Rodimus to Galvatron. Hot Rod to Galvatron. And we see that Hot Rod is definitely, Hot Rod stretches halfway up Galvatron's chest. Alright, Hot Rod, you've served your purpose. You can go away now. We are done with you. Set you up over here. Hopefully Cream doesn't attack you for a little while. Now, moving from Galvatron back to Rodimus, we will put them side by side. And we look at them. We'll put them chest to chest. The top of Rodimus's head will come to Galvatron's, the lower part of Galvatron's face. Galvatron is a big guy. And it showcases how fearsome an opponent Galvatron was. And holding these guys, though, weight-wise, they're pretty close. Galvatron still weighs a teensy bit more, but yeah, no, comparatively, these are the closest to in weight. Grimlock is next on the list. I guess weight-wise, Galvatron wins out, but just barely. This Galvatron figure was awesome. And set Galvatron off to the side again. Okay, for posability, this guy has some pretty good posability in his legs. He's got double jointed knees. There's also a ratchet in his knee, so you can actually get him in some poses and keep him there. He's got forward and backward motion with his feet and side to side, so you can actually get him in a good... I'm just meandering on a stroll. Oh, come on, bend that knee just a bit. There you go. Just walking. He's just walking. You can put him in a nice little walk-up pose. That's pretty cool. What else was I going to talk about him? Right. I have it right here. One of his most interesting additions. First off, we're going to talk about this cannon that he comes with, this siege cannon thing. It looks like a trailer. It feels like a trailer to me. It's even got this thing, this kickstand thing that trailers would have. I've tried him on everything semi-truck, from the core class Optimus Prime to Hauler to Siege Prime to Earthrise Prime, and none of those molds work. They're too tall to handle this. So my question to throw out there into the Transformers community is, what's coming? There is something coming that you can put under this to make it, to give the impression that a truck is pulling it. Unless the roller had a siege port on top of him, and this can work with your roller from Earthrise Optimus Prime. If you got that special limited edition pack that came with rollers, which is total BS in my opinion. Where's my roller? Hashtag I want roller. But all right, I'm done talking about that. Now this thing is cool. It's got some near the treads at the bottom that make me think it's a trailer. There is a ratchet, nice ratchet. And then on the sides, you can fold down the sides of the trailer that would be holding the gun in place. You can fold them out to be little shield points. And then you can pick the gun up. The gun, you would think it would be on a ratchet as well, but it's not. Even though it's got the bumps, the ratchety bumps. But there's nothing shaking in there letting me know that a ratchet broke. I guess it just doesn't have a ratchet, which is okay. Now it comes with these two handles, and you can put them like that, and then you can pick up Rodimus's two arms, and you can just grab them. Come on. It takes a little posability because, they're toys and all, but you can stick on both of the arms. No, get your arm and hand in there. Get your hand in there. There we go. There we go. And then close the fist. And there you have it. Now, you as Rodimus can blast away at enemies. And just pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. Did I totally disconnect? I disconnected. Anyway, I like this gun. This gun's cool. This gun is a fun gun. And Optimus Prime can utilize it better. Grimlock can even utilize it better than that. Grimlock's actually pretty awesome on the gun. I just thought about that and going, crap, I wish I had transformed my Grimlock for this episode. Oh well. We'll showcase the gun on other Transformers because I think this is a nice effect, a nice bonus. And people just shove it off to the side, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's a trailer. Does that include something coming in the future? And it's a gun that transforms into a gun trailer. Like, it reminds me so much of the Combaticons and the leader of the Combaticons, because I had them, and the leader had this gun that was basically the same size as this gun on his big trailer in the back, and he could position it places. And even though the trailer and him were one piece, I just always imagined what would a trailer look like that had a big gun. And now I have one. That's part of the reason why I'm enjoying this so much. This guy is hands down one of the best articulated Transformer toys I have. I think he's up there with my MPO1 Optimus Prime in points of articulation. He's got it. He's going for the gold in that opinion. Feel-wise, he's got plenty of good textures. He feels great. Weight-wise, he's a decent weight for his size. I love the paneling that they actually engraved onto his little wings on the back. There's little lines and stuff you can feel in there. Like, this is built of multiple different panels. And, the fact that he has a sword he can just carry on his back. Guys, I'm in love with this thing. This thing is amazing. I suggest getting it if you can, because you're not going to be disappointed if you're a fan of Rodimus. If you're a fan of good solid transformations that are fun, intuitive, and complex, that actually make your mind think while you're transforming it. It's things like that that just, you know, make me love the Hasbro brand and make me love Transformers. As I come across Jules, and this is definitely my opinion of Jewel. And I've talked long enough on the subject, so I'm going to let you guys go. Once again, I'm Blind Prime, and if you wouldn't mind, comment below, subscribe to my channel, share the word. I'm a blind guy doing toy reviews for the blind and the sighted. Just think of it this way, I'm the YouTube guy toy reviewer that you don't ever need to look at, because I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to try and talk about it in depth, at least in the sense of making it have an image in your mind. Anyway, until next time.